Good morning, everyone. I'm super pumped today because we're going to be looking at how to identify the best GPUs to begin mining with. This is part of our Crypto 101 series. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and screen share here. And what I want to do is I want to take a look at the following ideas or topics today as we identify how to choose a GPU to mine with. And so really, I want to talk about the following things. I want to understand the projects, right? So, and another way to do this is understand what coins you can mine, right? And so that's going to be the first thing that we're going to talk about. The second thing that we're going to talk about is understanding our electricity costs and how that impacts mining. Then we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the two major brands of GPUs out there. We're not necessarily going to talk about some of the upcoming news because at this moment, that's not necessarily super relevant to the topic, but we can do an addendum if you would like. The second thing is understanding what GPUs are most suitable on which coins. And then finally, we want to understand the GPU trends in order to make the best decisions possible as we look to identify the GPUs. Now, full disclosure, when I started mining, kind of understanding the GPUs that were available was one of my biggest hurdles. Okay. I didn't necessarily understand a lot about building hardware. I didn't necessarily understand what GPUs were going to be best. I didn't necessarily understand kind of the entire GPU scene. And so I would have loved to have had a video that walked me through how to identify and choose a GPU. Okay. And so the first thing that we want to do, even before we begin to choose a GPU, is we want to understand the projects and understand what coins you can mine. Okay. And so I have up on the screen a couple of GPU mineable coins. Now, of course, kind of this is June. If it would help if I spelled Ethereum right, wouldn't it? So we'll just go ahead and start here. Now, one of the things that we know is that kind of the Mac Daddy of GPU mineable coins right now is Ethereum. Now, if you're just now getting into the game, you want to spend some time understanding what the merge is right here, the merge. And so you can go right here and understand what the merge is, why Ethereum is moving from proof of work to proof of stake. And so this is looking like it is indeed going to happen, but really kind of the Mac Daddy of GPU mineable coins right now is Ethereum. Okay. So that's really where a lot of folks start. And again, full disclosure, I'm currently on an Ethereum rig. Okay. But we want to move through, and there are other GPU mineable coins because once the merge happens and we move away from proof of work, which is essentially the idea of using GPUs to mine coins to proof of stake, Ethereum is no longer going to be relevant. And so we can just go ahead and get rid of Ethereum. And so that means we're going to want to look at these other coins. And some of those other coins are like Ergo, for example. And in this rig, you can see right behind me to what I anticipate will be your left. It's on my left. We do have Ergo, and that's what I'm mining. We also have something like Ravencoin. Okay, and Ravencoin's a pretty cool project. I personally like it. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. You might be able to see some of my Funko Pops up in the top of the corner. And I have a lot of Funko Pops that are related to Game of Thrones. And this is based on the idea of Ravencoin, the ravens in Game of Thrones being a messenger of truth. Another one that you have other Firo, for examples. Another one, you have Firo, you have Flux, and Flux is another cool project. So I think that essentially what you want to do is you want to spend some time understanding the types of projects that are out there. If you're going to spend the money and you're going to spend the investment in creating a mining infrastructure, you want to understand what the projects are. Now, you can probably do that, and I have this up because this is what you shouldn't do. So if you just put in Google, for example, GPU mineable coins, you're going to get a list right here, June 1st, 2022, of the best cryptocurrency to mine with GPU. And I can already tell you that Bitcoin is utterly inefficient. For all intents and purposes, you cannot profitably mine Bitcoin using GPU. You can only mine those with ASICs. we're at some point on this channel going to talk about ASICs, but we're really concentrating on GPUs for now. Ethereum's going away, Monero, but then we get into Ravencoin. You got Bitcoin, gold, and so this is what I would not do. I would not spend the time just Googling the best GPU mineable coins. Okay. That's what you don't want to do. Okay. Rather, you want to spend time understanding what projects are out there and how you're going to do that. So, where would you find that information? This is one of my favorite websites. It's called whattomine.com, and it quite literally answers that question. And so you see over here where it says top coins profit, it's going to show you some of the options. So here's CFX. So if I wanted to understand what CFX was, I'd go look up CFX. Well, let's just throw out, I'm going to open this in a new tab. Okay, we're going to open what is my favorite card, the GeForce RTX 3070 Ti. And you can see some of the other GPU mineable coins. And so if I was going to get into GPU mining, I would go look at these projects because all of these coins are related to a project, right? We have Ravencoin here, we have CFX, we have Ethereum, Cero, Ergo, which we were just talking about a little bit. Okay, there's Flux that we were also talking about. There's Firo that we were talking about. And so where do you go to find that information? Of course, they all have websites, right? So here's the website for Ergo. Here's the website for Ravencoin. But more than that, here's where I want to go. If I want to understand a project to its core, I want to look at the white paper. Okay. And so I want to take a look at what that white paper has to say. And so I would click on that white paper, which would bring me here. Okay. And so you can see here, essentially their documents, right? And this is where you're really going to be able to learn the most about a project. Okay. And so you want to click on that white paper and it's going to bring you to something like this. It's going to bring you to a document that you can download. This is 11 pages and it goes into everything there is to know about that particular project. Okay. And so again, as we talked about earlier, and again, we're just using Ravencoin. I'm not mining any Ravencoin right now, but I love the way that Ravencoin has built its information. So in the fictional world of Westeros, which of course is Game of Thrones, ravens are used as messengers who carry statements of truth. Ravencoin is a use case focused blockchain designed to carry statements of truth about who owns which assets. And so you can find out everything there is to know about the project from this white paper. Okay. And that's what you're going to want to do on all of the coins that you're interested in mining. You're going to want to understand in order to make the best decisions about which GPUs to purchase. Okay. And then finally here, you can also see the roadmap. That's something else that I would want to know for Ravencoin, for example, is what has been their roadmap. All right. So we go back to our understanding. So we want to understand the projects and what coins you can mine. Okay. And then, so after you have spent time looking at the different coins and you say, okay, maybe I want to mine Ravencoin, for example. I want to mine Ravencoin. Ravencoin's the project that I believe the most in. I want to know what my electricity costs are. Okay. And so you can find that out from your statements. You can essentially divide your total statement from your total kilowatts hours to get the amount that you're paying per kilowatt hour. Okay. And that's going to be really important because that also is going to impact your profitability. And that's going to impact which GPUs you end up selecting for your mining farm. Okay. Now, one of the other things is, again, you do want to understand that there are two major brands out there. The biggest brands are going to be NVIDIA and AMD. NVIDIA, I have all NVIDIA GPUs, but that's not to say that there aren't great AMD GPUs. One of the things that's important to note, though, is if you mix and match your GPUs on a rig, so a rig is usually a number of GPUs that is connected to a motherboard. Okay, and that motherboard and the GPUs do the work that it takes to mine these coins. If you use a software like I do, HiveOS, mixing and matching is possible. Mixing and matching NVIDIA and AMD cards is possible, but it's extremely complicated. Okay, for simplicity's sake, if you choose one brand for your particular rig, it's generally a good idea to stay within that same brand. Okay. Now, how do we understand what GPUs are most suitable on which coins? Okay. So we're going to go back to what to mine. All right. And so we looked at our GPUs. Okay, so we have all of the GPUs that we can find. Again, NVIDIA is in green, AMD is in red, and you're going to see that most of those choices are indeed green for NVIDIA. Now, when we're on what to mine, you can see the release date, the hash rate, along with the wattage, the revenue for 24 hours, and then the profit for 24 hours at your power cost. Okay. Now, my power cost is about 12 cents per kilowatt hour. And so I'm going to put 12 cents in here and then I'm going to refresh. Okay. And so this is going to tell me a lot of information. It's going to tell me really what my top coins are for profitability. Now, I chose my my personal favorite card, which is the RTX 3070 Ti. It's an NVIDIA brand. Okay. And this is going to tell me, I'm going to move my face a little bit. This is going to tell me as I update my power cost, this is going to tell me how much I'm profiting in 24 hours, okay, with one single GPU. So right now, a 3070 Ti sells for about $750. Again, it's I'm recording this on June the 26th, but this will go live on June the 27th. And so, that ROI then becomes, 1,000 days on that single GPU. Okay. Right now. And we are in a bear market right now. And so take that into consideration as well. So what we're looking at here is the coins. Okay. And so we understood the projects. And so let's say we wanted to mine a Raven coin. We go down here and Raven coin makes about 47 cents a day on our, on one RTX 3070 Ti. Now, let's say I had wanted to get Flux, for example. So we go down here. Flux is only mining 21 cents of profitability. And so as I think about the projects, I might not necessarily want to pick up a 3070 Ti to mine Flux with because the efficiency isn't very good. Okay, so I'm only making 70, let's round 75 cents, and I'm profiting 20 cents. And so well more than half of my revenue that I'm generating is being sent right back into my electric costs. And so let's go look for another GPU that might be a little bit more profitable for Flux if I wanted to do Flux. I happen to know that 3080 Supers tend to mine Flux relatively well. Okay. You're not necessarily seeing that in this particular example. In fact, Raven Coin is the best GPU for 3080 Supers right now. Okay. And so I might, if I was looking to mine Flux, I might continue looking here. Okay. I might continue looking here. We did see Raven Coin there. So I might go down looking, and there really aren't a lot of attractive options in this moment. Now, this 1660 Ti, this is a little interesting. So as I go here, Ethereum, I'm only using 47 cents of electricity for 21 cents of profit. And so that might be, something that is at least worth examining. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about as you're looking through these is indeed the fact that there are going to be more profitable GPUs for different coins. Okay. But you can also know that the newer versions of these are going to be more expensive, right? So the 3090 Ti is going to be more expensive than the 3070 Ti. So as you're looking, that's also got to be in your calculations. Okay. If I pay $2,000 for a 3090 Ti and I'm making 94 cents, is that necessarily worth it when I could get and so that's a 2,000 day ROI, a little bit more than a 2,000 day ROI. Is that necessarily worth it when I can get a 3070 Ti for 750 and make 64 cents? So I'm making 30 cents less, but I'm not spending $1,250 more dollars for that GPU. Okay. And the other thing too that's worth noting is that some of these are relatively efficient. And so when I'm talking about efficiency, looking at this revenue, so let's just take this 3090 Ti, for example. This 3090 Ti revenue, $1.94, and I'm profiting 94 cents. So I am just under 50% of profit. But if I go to something like let's go to this RTX A5000. This is an interesting coin or an interesting GPU. So I revenue $1.50, but I profit 84 cents on the Ethereum coin. Now at 50%, that would be 75 cents, whereas I'm making 84 cents. And so I'm making greater than 50%. And so this GPU may be a little bit more efficient than this 3090 Ti. Okay. Whereas in this one, this 3080 Ti, 83 cents would be $1.66 at 50%, whereas it's actually bringing in $1.78, but electric costs eat into that profit. Okay. And so that's kind of what you want to do is you begin to look at these coins. Now, again, I love the RTX 3070 Ti. You're at 64 cents. And so at 50% efficiency, you would be bringing in $1.28. And so in this case, you're actually at higher than 50% efficiency. And so I'd be interested in this 3070 Ti, right? And of course, that's what I tend to pick up, our 3070 Ti's. Now, on the 3070 Ti's, again, I'm mining Ethereum, which is my most profitable coin. And then I'm also mining Ergo. And so Ergo is down here. It's not the most profitable coin I could be looking at, but I am in the process of trying to stack some Ergo. Okay. And so that's what we're looking at. Now, every day I'm looking at hash rates. And so if you're interested in some of those hash rate videos, check out that playlist, because as we approach the merge, we really are in a time in which the GPU mining ecosystem is being challenged in a number of really significant and fundamental ways. And so do I think and do I believe in the long-term power of GPU mining? Absolutely. I absolutely do. And I'm going to continue to GPU mine. But it is interesting as we look towards profitability, what is going to be the most profitable and how do we grow our mining businesses? This is what we got to do. And we're looking at different trends, right? And we're looking at different GPUs. And so I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so when we're looking at this, so we've looked at understanding the projects. Again, I want to reiterate this because if you're going to spend the time putting the investment into a GPU mineable operation, you want to know what the projects are. You want to know that way you can make decisions relatively quickly once you get your gear in and once you get your hardware in. Okay, you want to understand your electricity costs, because as we just saw, it does impact your profitability, and there's a specific place for you to put in your power cost when you're examining those GPUs. Finally, you do want to understand that there are really two major brands. We'll see. I know that Intel, for example, has announced that they're going to be bringing in additional GPUs on board. We'll see what those look like, and we'll see how that happens. And we want to spend the time looking at what GPUs are most suitable on which coin. So if we believe in a project and it's more than profitability for you, and that's a decision that you're going to want to make. So let's actually put that down. Is it simply based around profitability, or am I interested in the coin / projects? Okay, it's a decision that you're going to need to make for yourself. And then you're going to want to understand the GPU trends, right? For example, I know that the 3070 Ti is a really efficient card. And so I feel good about buying 3070 Ti's, and that's not financial advice. That's not me telling you what to do. That's just what I'm comfortable doing because I understand some of these GPU trends. Okay. All right. And so I hope that this video is helpful as we choose how to choose a GPU to mine with, or we choose how to identify good GPUs to mine with. This is part of our Crypto 101 series. And so I really hope that you found this video useful. I wish that I had this particular video. And so again, I hope that your own mining journey is going really well right now. I'm excited. This is the first video, as I said, that has my rig in the background. And so this is exciting as I just continue to build the infrastructure for my GPU mining outfit. All right, folks, I hope that you're taking great care. I hope that you have a great end of your June 2022. And if there's anything or any questions you have, please feel free to reach out. Take care.